And of course, the first...
It's a good start for Finest Sklep. He leads cleanly
first session
into the
was...
first corner, but around the outside, that is Emma Kicker round into the lead. Good start there for the Dutchwoman. And Martin McFly also with a great start. He takes advantage of Sklep being a bit tentative in his ARWS debut into second position on the start. John Bean is 4th, BVN 5th, Castell 6th, Flatter 7th, and Aki Yamamura is under attack from Diego Alvarez Torrente, who's made an excellent start up to 9th. Make that 8th, he passes the block monster.
So, 45 seconds on the first lap. The lap time should be around 41, 42 seconds. Is our Douglas damage.
Lost his front wing, must be a bit of a collision on the first lap there. That's bad luck for the Euromotor driver, who is reportedly not safe in that seat for the rest of the season. Shevchenko Neumann is not at all pleased with her teammates.
Oh, no!
Oh my goodness, Finest Sklep! Right off the start, loses 2 positions, and now perhaps that bad start was in part because his engine was a bit in a bit of trouble as Emma Kickert sets a fastest lap, and my goodness, Ben play. But that is a very short Grand Prix debut for Finest Sklep.
Well, good news for the Koenigsegg engines, as a shorter race may mean that the engine won't be that prone to fail as it usually is. Of course, the most powerful engine on the grid, as Wilmington made the move for 12th place ahead of one of the Euromotors, Riku Sakudo.
And we have an engine! Oh no! The Ford engine has gone! Well, it seems that the short race is not short enough for the Ford of Jesus Castell at least. He is already out of this one. Forget that was my error. This Václav Mausch is trying to make up for a poor start of his own. Attacking Philippe Nicola for 19th around the outside. Not the ideal move with that hairpin, and Nicola easily defends the position. I think that's James Wilmington making another overtake.
Ooh! That's some scary stuff.
Oh, that's why
Pacer has
lost his front wing. Not entirely sure how he's managed that, but Gary Pacer's eventful season seems to continue. I wonder if he's just tripped over Humbert Roy Moutier while trying to lap the Frenchman.
So it was at the first point, so probably a very unlucky timing for Bean as well. That's so the NF for Block Monster.
Cameron on Takumataki using the lapped car of Václav Mausch as a pit to get through and take 7th position now. As timing and scoring has glitched quite badly for Carmen Alvarez Torrente. That should sort itself out, hopefully. Oh no, Emma Kicker now has an engine problem!
What is not going to sort itself out is the engine of Emma Kickert, and Kazama is out as well!
And Tomo Kazama for the 3rd consecutive race! Now she has a transmission issue, Emma Kickert with an engine problem. It is all going wrong here in Simmons Plains. As Carmen Alvarez Torrente now pits from the lead of the W12s. And that's, I think that's quite clearly a response to Kay Lon pitting. Lon, of course, one of her main championship rivals at this point in the race, as Philippe Nicola comes through. I think she should be clearly ahead of Nicola and Lon, who both need to pit again, so that's some very good pit strategy here from the Adriatica team, keeping their lead driver in the championship fight ahead of both of her main rivals.
Engine!
That is Martin McFly for Foxtail! That is an engine problem for his Koenigsegg, and now he too will be not able to finish this race.
Well, it looks like a pretty substantial engine problem. And
he
BVN
pulls it
leads.
off the track at the exit of turn 3, handing the lead to BVN. In fact, the first car that has pitted as... Oh my goodness! Is this a problem for BVN? It's a puncture for BVN! My goodness!
Again, right from puncture and again at the first point of the track.
This race is packing more mayhem in 23 laps than most races do in an entire rail race.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and he got hit by Cameron.
Yes, I think that's got to be... That's... I think, I can't imagine what was going on there for BVN. It's like he drifted past the apex of the corner, tried to
BVN helping Taki.
But there's
this is a big
Cameron coming through and trips over the racing point.
And look at this, and Taki's gonna be through. Taki's through. This is teamwork.
I think the stewards are going to take a very close look at that one. We'll have to take another look from on board Taki here, as yes, that looks like BVN coming quite across. I'm not sure if that was his intention, but that certainly was the outcome of his actions as he came across the track, blocked Cameron, and gave the position to his teammates.
That is...
If that were intentional, which I personally doubt, it would be the biggest, arguably one of the biggest scandals in the history of ARWS as a leader pit.
Yes, Akira Yamamura now pitting. He's also on the two-stop strategy. It seems like I can't blame him for pitting now because I wouldn't want to be on the lead of this race either. Every other leader we've had so far has so far retired from the race.
Taki leads by 9/10 from Cameron after whatever happened, and they're both pit.
Yes, they both pit together, and that hands the race lead to Benoit Vuclet, who immediately goes off and spins. And Pierre Saleron is not particularly pleased with the race leader spinning and stopping in the middle of the track.
What the?
Oh no, and Diego Torrential comes through to take the lead.
And this is a 40 lap. There's no space.
What are you doing?
There's no space.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't do anything.
This is after a major braking point, so the so I think the other cars are a bit more aware.
I'm afraid he's gonna stop this
wins as well. My goodness.
And you can slalom malish. Oh no, at least Vuclet didn't stall this, but...
That is
he stalled it.
No, he's still going. Voisu has resumed the race, but Vuclet is losing buckets of time and
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Vuclet, who started 11th, then dropped down to 14th after all of the shenanigans, somehow found himself in the lead as the top 3 pit. Then he spins immediately.
By the way, being stuck there. He's down to 14th now, and will lose a position as well.
Immediately. He spins immediately after taking the lead. And then, because this is a 40-second lap, there's no space to come rejoin, so he's lost 2 laps in the process.
Indeed. Has made it past the
and that's one of the...
Because Carmen Alvarez Torrente has an engine problem, and Nathaniel
Cameron's lost his front wing.
On the back of her, what is that? Why? Oh, this...
I don't know what you were thinking there, Nate.
I think he just missed the space, but that's a painful lesson to not do.
Gets a little bit held up there coming out of turn 2 as
Taki
is now out of the race.
That's
another puncture for Taki. So that's punctures on both of the racing points.
Well, Racing Point may have done... Racing Point definitely won't be happy with Pirelli. Maybe they got
I imagine Will Story will probably want to sue them into oblivion after this race.
But yeah, that's both Racing Points out. Taki, who won the last race, finished the last 2 races.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's Naoki Shinjo's broken his front wing off of Andrei Kremnitsky. Kremnitsky seems to be okay, but Shinjo will have to pick for repairs. He just ran himself off the track trying to that's Pierre Salomon. His first pit stop of the day. It's an electrical issue for Cameron, but he's able to get it back to the pits. We should be able to to fix whatever's the issue on the Jones, and this does fit right into their pit strategy as well. So not ideal, but they're able to get Cameron back out there. He should be able to finish this race now. The play is now caught Killon for 7th place. Pretty easy work for Vuclay there.
Yeah, Vuclay's still alive, but by far the last i3 car. But it's still in the race, which is something folks still should be happy with.
It's not too far behind Cameron, but we'll have to... well, I say not too far behind. He's about half a minute behind Cameron, and neither driver expected to make a pit stop here. It's looking like about P7 is the best Vuclay can do without any further retirements. Oh my goodness, Diego Verstappen is off! Is there an issue for the Jones? There's a puncture on the Jones! Oh my goodness! Could not get it back to the pits, and now Diego Verstappen, it looked like he had this race in the bag. He is out, and Monica Flatter takes the lead for TBA. Oh my goodness, Monica Flatter is out of the race! Transmission issue for the TBA!
And get at the hairpin. The hairpin's graveyard today. I've also been told by the unnamed team owner.
Oh my goodness! Akira Yamamura is out with a suspension failure. You really don't want to be leading this race at all. Because now Larry
You get to there in the lead! This is amazing!
He takes the lead, and his engine's already failing. If he can carry on for another couple of laps, though, maybe he can get classified. So there is definitely an incentive for Gary Pacer to keep this car running. But that engine is no longer running. He is out. He won't be classified.
Oh,
Gary Pacer is out
just
as he took the lead. And James Wilmington now is in the lead. It's also worth pointing out that the likes of Vuclay and on back will are laps down, so they also necessarily won't be making the. Oh my goodness!
Bites the dust.
You really don't want to be leading this race, do you? Every single driver who's led this race is now retired from it, which means that we're going to have to wait a little bit here, but Nathaniel Cameron is going to lead the race!
Well, somehow this incredibly means that James Wilmington, he retired on the 65th lap of 71, so he'll actually be awarded a 9th place finish, which...
Cut now to Nathaniel Cameron rounding the final couple of corners. Turn 6, turn 7, and Nathaniel Cameron has won the Australian Grand Prix. A huge sigh of relief for Jones as they finally break that winless streak that has stretched back for so long. That their last win, in fact, was. I'll have a look at that as Kremnitsky is hold on to 4th. Saint Laurent finishes 3rd. Nicolas, good point stay for him. He's 7th. Shinjo 9th. Moye Moutier comes across the line to finish 8th. Malish is 6th. And 2nd place finisher, Benoit Vuclay.
And Cameron's retired!
Oh my gosh. Has he?
Cameron's retired!
He's out of fuel! He's out of fuel!
He's out of fuel. Talk about cutting it close.
What a race!